Hi everybody and welcome to James's House of Rock. Today we'll be talking about two of my favorite bands, Foster the People and Breaking Benjamin. So let's start off with Foster the People. They were formed in 2009 by singer Mark Foster, bassist Jacob QB Fink, and drummer Mark Pontius. They were signed to a Columbia record-owned StarTime International. Before that, they tried several other record labels that wouldn't take them, including Warner Brothers, Columbia, Universal Republic, and Atlantic. When they first started, they released one song, Pumped Up Kicks. They put it on Mark Foster's official website, and eventually it went completely viral, putting the band into the spotlight. After they toured the album, they started writing a second one, saying that Mark wanted to release a second album quick. I have a list of some of the awards they've been nominated and won. They were nominated for Best New Artist, Best Rock Video for Pumped Up Kicks. They were nominated at the Q Awards for Best New Act as a Band. Pumped Up Kicks was nominated for Best Track, and they won New Artist of the Year at the Shake One Awards. They also won Song of the Year for Pumped Up Kicks at the WEQX Awards. And then in 2012, they were nominated for Best Pop Duo and Group Performance for Pumped Up Kicks at the 54th Grammy Awards. They were also nominated for Torches as the Best Alternative Album. At the 2012 Brit Awards, Foster the People was nominated for International Breakthrough Act. At the NME Awards, Foster the People were nominated for Best New Band. This list just goes on and on. They're very good. Pumped Up Kicks was nominated for Dance Floor Anthem. And at the MTV U Woody Awards, they were nominated for Woody of the Year as a band. And at the Billboard Music Awards, they were nominated for Top New Artist. And then Top Rock Artists they were also nominated for. Torches was nominated for the Top Rock Album, and Foster the People were nominated for Top Alternative Artist. Pumped Up Kicks won Top Rock Song and Much Music Video Award, and at the Much Music Video Awards, Houdini was nominated for International Video of the Year Group, and their song Helena Beat was nominated for Most Streamed Video of the Year, which I honestly like that video too, so I can see why it was nominated. At the Teen Choice Awards, Foster the People were nominated for Choice Rock Group, and Pumped Up Kicks was nominated for Choice Rock Song. At the MTV Europe Music Awards, Foster the People were nominated for Best Push, and at the 2013 55th Grammy Awards, Houdini was nominated for Best Short Form Music Video. Alright, that's all the awards they've been nominated or won. Now let's move back to history. When their first album, Torches, came out, as I said before, Pumped Up Kicks was nominated for 2 Grammys, and the album was nominated for 1 Grammy. The videos include Pumped Up Kicks, Houdini, Don't Stop, Color on the Walls, Call It What You Want, and Helena Beat. Some of Mark Foster's history is he was a kid that felt that he was very unproductive and had started numerous bands that have all failed. But when he joined with his friend Mark Pontius, the drummer of Foster the People, and eventually QB, they were able to sign themselves and get an album out. a little bit behind Mark Pontius. It was a film school student that dropped out for Foster the People. Before that, he was in the band Malbec until 2009 when he joined Mark. So there was one track on Puddle of Mud's album Famous called We Don't Have to Go Back Now. So I looked up some of the producers and writers and stuff like that, and it turns out it was written by Max Collins, Tony Fagnusson, and Wellesley Scantle. Now, Max Collins and Tony Fagnusson are from Eve 6, and it was also produced by the two of them, too. All the guitars were Tony, and additional guitars were Tim Pierce, which I'm guessing is just a studio hand. Some of the additional acoustic guitar was Max Collins, and the piano was Tony Fagnusson. So the two of them had a lot to do with this song. And keyboard was Tony, too. To tie it into Foster the People, the drums were Mark Pontius, and the background vocals were Tony Fagnusson and Max Collins. Foster the People plan to have a second album out by January to March next year, but plan to have a song on the radio by January. Some of the songs that have already been, the titles have already been released is Guide to Destroying the Moon, and then some other different ones, Be What You Want to Be. So, moving to Breaking Benjamin, there's 4 members of the band: Ben Burnley, Aaron Fink, Mark Gillespie, Nick Hoover, and Chris Lightcap. They're all from Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania. Breaking Benjamin was formed in 1998, right after Ben left his first band, Plan 9. After a very successful first EP, they got signed to Hollywood Records and are still on that record label today. A little fun fact about their newest album, Dear Agony, is that it is Ben's real brain scan. It was taken because he has an illness. I'm not sure exactly what it is, but I'm guessing it has to do something with the brain. Let's talk about their debut album, Saturate, which I have over here. It was released on August 27th, 2002. It peaked at number 2 on the Billboard Top Heat Seekers chart and number 136 on the Billboard Top 200. Their single, Polyamorous, got moderate radio, but failed to go into mainstream. 3 videos, including scenes from the video game Run Like Hell, and a real video, and was also featured in a WWE game. Their second single, Skin, got even worse attention than Polyamorous. And Ben started actually hating the song and let the crowd sing it when he did it in concerts. But of course, it wasn't the band's choice. It was the record label that wanted to have Skin be their single. The choice of the band was the song Medicate, which I really like that song, so I wish they would have released that as a single. They planned on releasing a studio version of their cover of Enjoy the Silence along with Ladybug, which Ladybug is a very unknown song by them, but a very good song, on a European version of Saturate, but this version was never released, sadly. Ladybug was later released on the So Cold EP and on a Japanese version of We Are Not Alone, which is their 3rd album. Wish I May was also in the credits of 2003's horror movie Wrong Turn. That's the Wish I May is the first track on the album. So Actually, We Are Not Alone is their second album. It was released June 29, 2004, and it featured the lead single So Cold, which reached #2 on the United States Billboard Mainstream Rock Chart. 2 music videos were made for So Cold, one a promotional video for the movie Hellboy, and So Cold, one for a promotional video for the movie Hellboy. So Cold spent 37 weeks in the top 20 Billboard charts, which is a very good achievement for that, because usually it gets knocked down within a couple of days. Other singles from the album were Sooner or Later and a re-recorded full band version of Rain, which is mine and my mom's favorite song. It's only on the latest pressings of the album. Sooner or Later received significant radio play, reaching #2 on the mainstream rock charts, and a music video for the song was released. I haven't seen the video personally, but now I'm going to have to look that up. Rain, Forget It, and Follow were all co-written by Smashing Pumpkins lead singer Billy Corgan, which it was they spent a whole week in December before the album was out, just Ben and Billy, and they wrote those 3 songs. They had up to 3 drummers within a year, and it was just ridiculous. They were between many band members at the time. The song Blow Me Away was written for Halo 2 and is on the So Cold EP and the Greatest Hits. We Are Not Alone went platinum in 2005, and most of their other albums are too. So their third album, which is one of my absolute favorites, is Phobia, which I have right here, and that was released August 8th, 2006. Their single, Diary of Jane, reached #4 on the modern rock charts. And on February 11, 2007, HDNet aired a 1-hour Breaking Benjamin concert from Stabler Arena in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. This concert was included on the re-release Phobia DVD in April 2007. Billed as The Homecoming, the band had their first #1 hit on the Billboard mainstream rock tracks with Breath. The music video for Breath was made of footage from the song's performance at the Stabler Arena show. They co-headlined a tour with the United States with 3 Days Grace, Red, and Puddle of Mud as openers. The reissued Phobia re-entered the Billboard 100 at 38 on May 5th, 2007. On May 21st, 2009, Phobia went platinum. If you look on the iTunes store and search Nightmares, they have a whole playlist of all of the videos they've made and all of the videos I've mentioned. So their newest original album is Dear Agony. David Bendith, who produced Breaking Benjamin's 2 previous studio albums, also produced the 4th, Dear Agony. Jason Ranch, guitarist for Red, co-wrote 4 of the album's songs, including I Will Not Bow, Hopeless, Lights Out, and Without You. I Will Not Bow quickly became a top 10 best-selling song on iTunes, and Dear Agony was a top-selling album. A music video for I Will Not Bow premiered on the band's MySpace page on August 21st, which I really like the redo version of the video. On September 28th, Dear Agony was officially released in Australia, and the US version would be released the next day. Some versions of Dear Agony came with a DVD of the band's 6 music videos, and one new version of the I Will Not Bow video, which is the one I like. This video contains no footage of the film Surrogates, unlike the original online versions, because the song I Will Not Bow was first featured in the Surrogates credits. On June 15, 2010, the third single, Lights Out, was released. So after Dear Agony, Breaking Benjamin started going into a bit of a hiatus. The hiatus was officially announced in the summer of 2010 because of Ben's reoccurring illness, which I talked about earlier. All the members went touring with their past bands. Aaron Fink went with the drummer Gillespie back to the band Lifter, and their current drummer went to his band R After, which I've yet to look up, but I'd like to know, because I like to know bands past bands like that, so I can compare them. On June 7th, the remix version of Blow Me Away, featuring the singer Valora, was released. An animated music video for the remix was released on August 24th. On June 30th, 2011. Rock Axis posted the track list for the band's greatest hits album, Shallow Bay, The Best of Breaking Benjamin. And for its deluxe edition, it was released on August 16th as a 1-disc standard edition and a 2-disc deluxe edition featuring B-sides and rarities. Burnley publicly opposed the album's release, saying content had been altered and released without his consent, and that it did not meet his standards, which I think it was kind of odd for them to do a greatest hits. I know usual bands do, but I think they were fine with just the studio albums. In May 2011, Burnley fired the two bandmates that had been with him from the start, Fink and Gillespie. Shortly after, a dispute over the new version of Blow Me Away went public. Burnley gave his side of the dispute in June court filing, saying Fink and Gillespie made unilateral and unauthorized decisions on behalf of the band, such as giving permission in May for the remixing of Blow Me Away. And honestly, I like the version without Valora, even though she adds a good thing to it. I think Just Ben on the So Cold EP was better. Burnley was seeking at least $250,000 and exclusive rights to the name Breaking Benjamin. Burnley had started plans to revive the band after the problem was settled. Very little was heard from the band throughout 2012, and the only exception being February 2012 interview with their drummer Shaligla, it's a hard name to pronounce, where he assured fans that the band was still together and that he looked forward to working on another record in the future. On April 19, 2013, Burnley announced that the legal issues had finally ended, with Burnley winning the rights to the name of the band. However, Shaligla, hard name to pronounce, posted an announcement on his Facebook page on April 22nd that he was leaving the band due to creative differences. Ben won the rights to the band name, and the plans to continue are in progress right now. He hasn't released anything on a new album yet, but I'm sure we'll be hearing him in a couple of years or so. Some of the new CDs coming out soon is Five Finger Death Punch is releasing their second album on their duet, The Wrong Side of Heaven. And Ghost BC, which just recently went on tour with the Deftones and Avenged Sevenfold, my sister got to see that, has their new CD, If You Have Ghost. And the band Daughtry released their new album, Baptized, and Nickelback their greatest hits. Also, Perfect Circle released their new album 360. Some of the shows coming up. Some of the shows coming up are next February. I know I probably mentioned this last episode. American Idiot is coming back to the Boston Opera House, and I don't know the exact date, but Nine Inch Nails will be coming around soon, and Lamb of God and Killswitch Engage actually play tonight. And Megadeth on December 1st comes to the House of Blues. And then Trans-Siberian Orchestra comes to TD Garden on December 22nd. It's their last Lost Christmas Eve tour. And I actually got to go see them at TD Garden, and they have so much pyrotechnic work that you could actually feel the heat, and we were like far back from the stage too. So it was a cool experience. They also came down from the ceilings to start one of their songs playing the guitars. The two of them just lowered themselves down like as a dueling guitar thing. It was actually a really cool show. And I love to listen to them year round too. They're a Christmas band, but I like to listen to them year round. They're such a good band. So the trivia questions I have for the two bands are: Foster the People didn't start as Foster the People. The trivia question is what was their original name? And then Breaking Benjamin is what were the names of all of the drummers that went in and out of the band throughout that year. So some of the posters I have behind me here is Aerosmith rocks Com Ave. It was a free concert that was right in front of the apartment building where they grew up here, right in Boston on Commonwealth Ave. And then down here I have Rise Against and A Day to Remember's tour together. My sister and my cousin actually went to go see the tour, and they really liked it. On the back, there's Rise Against is against world hunger and all of that stuff, so they always work to protect it and that stuff. So I always am looking for comments, questions, or suggestions. So you can either go to jameshouseofrock@gmail.com, or you can go to jameshouseofrock.weebly.com. Thank you, everybody, for coming to James's House of Rock.